Assalamualaikum friends. How are you today?
Waalaikumsalam, Rana.
I'm fine.
We're
Hope you.
fine.
How about you?
How about you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Hope you are fine and healthy. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Rana Anwar, and you can call me Rana. I am 8 years old. I live in Jakarta. And today I am Bu Atiwa's assistant for Eat Healthy, BF Happy webinar with Tante Geraldine as the main speaker. I bet you are curious with today's topic, right?
Right.
Okay, so first I want to ask you something. Have you prepared your drinking bottle beside you?
Yes.
Just like
Yes,
me.
I have mine.
No.
Okay.
Don't forget to drink if you feel thirsty during the webinar. Next, please prepare your most hated veggies and fruits, bread, and also your most favorite packaged fruit. We will learn all about it with Tante Geraldine and also Bu Atiwa. Oh yeah, friends. This webinar is in English, but don't worry about that. Bu Atiwa will help with the translation, okay? So, here we are. Please greet Tante Geraldine together.
Hi, Tante Geraldine. Let's call her together.
Tante Geraldine.
Geraldine.
Okay, let me see. Okay.
I can't see Bu Atiwa.
There you go. There you go. There she is. This is Tante Geraldine. Okay.
Bu Atiwa.
Hello. Okay. Rana, thank you so much for opening today's session. You are doing really, 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 really great. Okay. Thank you for volunteering, and I'll see you at the closing. Okay. Okay. So, before we start with Tante Geraldine, anak-anak, so we had Rana. Jadi setiap sesinya BVT sekarang Bu Atiwa akan meminta satu anak untuk menjadi sukarelawan untuk membantu Bu Atiwa membuka dan menutup atau membuka atau menutup saja. Ya, so you can be like Rana, just submit your name, kasih tahu namanya Bu Atiwa, aku mau bantu Bu Atiwa di sini. Then you can be like Rana, and what would be the gift? The gift that I will give you a certificate as a certificate of appreciation for helping me out as an assistant. Okay, so without further ado, because today's is not about me, we have Tante Geraldine, and she's already here with us, and she's living, I think, I don't know. Let's just check with her where she lives, and let's say hello one more time. Hello, Tante.
Hello,
Okay. So Tante Geraldine, I just mute and unmuted everybody. So you will be muted and muted too automatically. So you just need to check and double check your microphone. Like right now, you're still muted. So you just need to unmute, and let's start today's session. Go ahead. Oh, hang on. I think okay. Okay. There you go.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Tante.
Very nice to meet you all. Okay, let's meet just. Okay. How's everybody doing? Everybody enjoying their day?
Yeah. How's everybody
yes,
doing?
You can shoot thumbs
so
up.
You can give.
Are you excited?
Are you excited?
To learn about food?
To learn about food, can you give your thumb up? Are you excited? I am excited. There you go. That's my thumb. Yes,
Right.
everybody is so excited.
Wait, I am very excited. And if you can all put your thumbs up again, then I can take a quick picture. That is okay for my souvenir.
Oh, okay.
Everybody?
I'll take.
We're all ready?
I'll take your picture. Oh, everybody, please switch your camera on and show your thumb before we start learning with Tante Geraldine today.
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2. Your biggest smile. 1, 2, 3. This is the first. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Another one. Let me take another one, Tante.
Okay.
Okay. Let me save this one first, and then let me take another one. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Go ahead,
Okay.
Tante.
All right. So let's start with the presentation immediately. Is that Tante Riska? Is that good? Okay.
Yes, that would be good.
Okay, let me see. Okay.
Jadi sambil Tante Geraldine siapin, seperti biasa ya, apa namanya, this is not our first English session with an English speaker, so don't worry. Jadi ini bukan sesi pertama BVT bersama seorang bule atau seorang native speaker, jadi nggak usah khawatir, semuanya boleh bertanya, kalau misalnya ragu-ragu dalam bahasa Inggris, boleh dalam bahasa Indonesia, nanti Bu Atiwa yang akan bantu. It's okay, semuanya kita di sini belajar sama-sama, oke? Kalau kata anak-anak mah pede aja lagi. Emang iya pada pede-pede.
Okay.
Yes, we can see your slides now.
Okay. Just readjust here. So I can see you all on one screen. Okay, I think I have everybody. All right. So eat healthy, be happy. All right, to be happy, to be able to do all the things you love to do, to run, to learn, to have fun with your friends and your family, to travel, you have to eat healthy. All right. Eating is our first source to be happy and to be able to do everything we want. But who is Tante Geraldine? All right, I'm a friend of Tante Tika. I think you already saw Tante Tika. She talked to you about space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So before I was in the space as well. All right, I wanted to become an astronaut. So I studied astronomy and aerospace engineering, and I was working with the International Space Station. I was an operations engineer. I think you learned about that as well. But 2 years ago, I decided to change. And now I'm learning all about food, about nutrition, how it influences our body, how it influences our planet. And I love to be in the kitchen and to cook and to create delicious dishes, but that are still healthy for our body. Why did I change? Why did I leave this amazing field of space? Because space is very cool, right? I mean, is there anything cooler than space? Well, it depends for who. I think when you choose what you want to do as a work, it is very, very important to do something you enjoy, something you are very interested in. something you never get bored of, because you will spend most of your time in your job, right? You will spend most of your time working. So if you don't have something that interests you very, very much, you will get bored at some point and you will become sad. So I like space. I was very interested in space, but food interests me more. Food and learning about it and cooking. And I'm also taking pictures of food. That is a place where I can spend hours and hours and I don't see the time pass by, and I am never bored. The next day I want to do it again. And as you can see, so this is me having fun in the kitchen, preparing some beautiful dishes. And below you can see I am meditating in the kitchen. Why? Because for me, cooking, it's like my meditation. It's what brings me down, what brings me peace. It's where I feel good. So even though space is very, very, very cool, for me, cooking, it's even cooler. So that's why I decided to change, because I wanted to do something I would never get bored of. And I think that is something very important to think of when you choose what you want to do in life.
That is very true. So before Tante Geraldine continue with her presentation, can you please give me a thumbs up if you get what Tante Geraldine mentioned in this slide, and give me a thumbs down if you don't get it. So I know how far I need to translate, okay? For whoever understands, please give thumbs up. For whoever doesn't understand, please give thumbs down. And I will check, okay? I will check how many. It's okay. Kalau misalnya kalian mengerti, boleh kasih jempol ke atas. Kalau misalnya belum mengerti atau banyak yang nggak mengertinya, kasih jempol ke bawah. Coba Bu Atiwa mau cek. Nanti Bu Atiwa jadinya tahu sejauh mana Bu Atiwa harus menerjemahkan. Coba kasih. Oh, ada Aca dan Kakak Davin. Oke. Oke. Sebagian oke, ada Torik. Torik mau diterjemahkan. Oke. Kinara, thumbs up atau thumbs down? Oh, thumbs down. Oke, nggak apa-apa. Thumbs up. Oke, banyak yang thumbs up, banyak yang lumayan banyak juga yang thumbs down. Oke, Bu Atiwa, kalau gitu, so Tante, I think it's quite, it's almost equal, like 50% they get you, the rest they need my help with the translation. Okay, so jadi Tante Geraldine intinya dia bilang dulunya tuh dia bekerjanya di space. Cita-citanya adalah jadi seorang astronot, tapi cita-cita itu seiring waktu berubah. Karena ternyata Tante Geraldine ini suka banget sama makanan, suka moto makanan, suka bikin makanan, dan suka mengajar tentang makanan. Dan ini adalah poin penting karena ternyata cita-cita seseorang itu bisa berubah. Kalian masih kecil, perjalanan kalian masih sangat panjang, punya cita-cita yang banyak itu nggak apa-apa, bahkan ketika cita-cita itu berubah pun nggak apa-apa, as long as it is for the better. Jadi cita-cita itu boleh berubah selama memang itu untuk arah yang lebih baik. Jadi itu intinya kata Tante Geraldine. Oke, Tante Geraldine, let's continue.
Okay, yes. So today we're talking about food, right? So I want you to look with me, think about all the reasons why we eat. Why do we eat? So I put in the next slides some reasons. We will go through them, and you can, if you think it's a reason why we eat, you give a thumbs up. If you think it's not a reason, then you don't do anything.
Oke, semuanya pikirkan apa sih alasannya sebenarnya kita tuh makan. Why do we eat actually?
Okay. Do we eat to survive?
Okay. Semuanya, everybody, you can do it to survive? Coba kita lihat. Let's see. Kalau setuju sama Tante Geraldine, apakah kita makan supaya kita bisa hidup? Kasih jempol ke atas. Kalau nggak setuju, jempol ke bawah. Dan nggak apa-apa, it's okay ya Tante. If there is at any point they don't agree, they can always give a thumbs down. It's okay.
Of course.
Ya. Oke,
Do we
semua
eat
setuju.
because it tastes good?
Apakah kita makan karena rasanya enak? Kasih jempol ke atas atau
Mhm.
jempol ke bawah? Oke.
Do we eat when we are bored?
Apakah kita makan karena kita bosen? Pas lagi bosen aja? Enggak. No, they say no.
Mhm. Do we eat when we are hungry?
Apakah kita makan ketika kita lapar?
Mhm.
Everybody
Do we-
agrees.
Eat because we need comfort.
Apakah supaya kita enak dan nyaman gitu? Apakah kita makan supaya kita enak dan nyaman?
Mhm.
Rauf said no.
Yes. Do we eat out of habit?
Apakah emang itu udah kebiasaan aja setiap harinya kita makan? Ya. Almost everybody said yes, it's a habit.
Mhm. Do we eat out of because it's social? Because we go to the restaurant with other people, so they eat, we eat, or we are at the party and there is food, so we eat.
Apakah kita makan itu karena orang lain juga begitu? Oh, enggak. Some said yes, many said no.
Do we eat because it's fun?
Apakah karena emang asik aja makan? Seru aja makan. Okay, we have split response.
Do we eat because of tradition?
Apakah karena emang Indonesia ya orangnya pada suka makan gitu? Everyone, they look confused. What to say? I think it might, the thumb might go this way.
Yeah. Do we eat because we need energy?
Apakah karena butuh tenaga? Oh, I think everybody agrees.
And do we eat because of health reasons?
Apakah supaya
Because
sehat?
it's good for our health. Mhm.
Oh, I think everybody agrees.
So actually, these are all reasons while we eat. These can all be reasons while we eat. Today, we eat for a lot of reasons, much more than the one main reason. So these are all valid. But what is the main reason why we eat? Why do we need to eat?
Can you help Tante Geraldine? Do you need their answer? She is
No.
giving you the answer
Okay.
already. Okay.
This is the one reason why we need to eat, because the food is the fuel for our body. It's like a car, right? For the car to be able to drive, you need to put petrol inside. If you don't put petrol inside, it won't go anywhere, right? For our body, it's the same. To be able to move, to run around, to learn, to have fun, to talk, even to sleep, we need energy. We need to put food in, we need to put the fuel in our body. So food is our fuel. It gives us energy and it gives us the elements to be happy also and healthy.
Ya, jadi makan itu sangat penting. Yang paling utama adalah karena ini seperti kendaraan itu butuh bahan bakar. So fuel, bahan bakar. Nah, bahan bakarnya tubuh kita apa? Makanan. Makanan itu ngasih apa? Memberi energi atau memberi tenaga, tapi juga dia memberikan unsur-unsur yang penting supaya badan kita selalu sehat. Go ahead, Tante.
Okay. But now I want you to think of, okay, so we eat, but what do we eat? There's a lot of different types of food. So maybe you can take 1 minute or maybe a bit less to think about what types of food do we eat? And then you can tell me how many you got right. There are 7. Maybe I can help you, the first one. So, if you think of what you eat, maybe fruits, all the fruits, it's fruit. So that's one type of food. What other types of food can you think of?
Oke. Jadi ada apa saja jenis makanan yang kita makan? Tante Geraldine udah kasih tahu salah satu jenisnya adalah buah-buahan. Yang lain coba boleh diketik di chat, boleh diketik dalam bahasa Indonesia atau bahasa Inggris. Ada 6 lagi. We still have 6 more food groups. Oh, veggies, meat, apalagi ada carbohydrates, vegetable, banana, meat, vegetable, daging, meat, protein, dairy. And then what else? The group?
Soup, fish.
Soup,
Dairy.
berry, fat, bread, starchy carbohydrates, rice.
No,
Okay.
you know a lot already, I see. That's good.
Okay. Junk
Okay.
food, sweet,
Yes.
bread. Okay.
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 So it's pretty
Okay.
good. Actually, you already went one step further. Some of you talked about protein, carbohydrates. These are actually elements of the food. Now we're just talking about a food group. So, oh, sorry, I forgot one slide. What happens when we eat first? And then we'll think about what we eat. So when we eat, you know, we put it in our mouth, it goes through our body, and then it goes out again, actually. Our food goes in and out. But what happens in between? In between, you have the digestion. That is where the food where the body breaks down the food to be able to get what it needs, to get the energy and to get the elements to stay healthy. Okay, so that is digestion.
Digestion, pencernaan kalau bahasa Indonesianya. Jadi dari makanan dari masuk ke mulut sampai keluar lagi, ya karena because when we eat, then it needs to go out at some point, ya Tante. If it doesn't go out, then we have a problem, right?
Yes, it can't stay in our body.
Yeah, there is something wrong in the digestion. Jadi pencernaan itu, so because many people said when they say digestion, they only talk about what is happening inside the stomach, but actually it's the whole process from getting it in from your mouth all the way until it gets out.
Yes, it starts in the mouth already, the digestion.
Yeah.
So it's a whole process. It's much more than just the stomach.
Jadi kita sudah tahu ya bahwa pencernaan itu dimulai daripada saat kita memasukkan makanan ke mulut, dia terus ke traveling ke bawah terus sampai ke usus sampai akhirnya nanti dia keluar, itu semua adalah rangkaian dari pencernaan.
So we will talk about the digestion a bit later. I have a little video to show you so you can see what it actually, the whole path the food goes through. But first we're going to talk about the food itself. So I already asked you what types of food there are, what groups. So as I said, there are 7 main food groups. So I saw some said berry, some said banana. Okay, those are part of the fruit group. This is one group. Then you have the vegetable group. Some said meat, fish, eggs. These are all part of one group. It's the meat group or the animal group, maybe you can call it. Some said carbohydrates. These are often part of the grains. You know, it's everything like bread, like rice or pasta. This is one group. They're all the same kind, right? Then you have dairy. So this is all products made from milk. So milk, cheese, butter, the drinks. This is one group. So then you can have sweet drinks or non-sweet drinks, like water, coffee, tea are non-sweet, and fruit juices or sodas, they are sweet. They are less good. Now they can have some good parts, but, and then I saw somebody said junk food. That will go under the sweets. Maybe I could have called it junk food.
Oke, jadi makanan yang kalian sebutin tadi, kalau ada yang sebutin protein, vitamin, mineral itu nanti, itu kandungan di dalam makanan. Tapi makanan pada umumnya itu dibagi menjadi 7 kategori atau 7 grup. Ada buah-buahan, ada sayuran, ada daging-dagingan, butiran-butiran, ada bahan dari peternakan, minuman, dan juga kalau kata Tante Geraldine, ini sweets atau junk food itu adanya di sini di kategori sweets ini. Oke? Ya.
Okay. But then I already saw some people talk about that, because if these are the food groups, then why, if you look at the food label that you have on the package, it doesn't say it's meat or it's a fruit or it's a vegetable or it's a grain. It talks about fat, it talks about protein, it talks about carbs, sugars. So what are those? Those are what we call the nutrients. These are the components of the food. So every food will be composed out of different nutrients. For example, in meat, you can have proteins, but you can also have fat. You know, so you can have different things in each food group.
Ya, jadi kalau misalnya kalian lihat, kalau kan kalian sudah pegang, tapi ini kita belum ya, kita belum praktek untuk membaca yang ada di dalam kemasan. Kalau kita lihat di kemasan, kok kata Tante Geraldine tadi adanya makanan itu grupnya daging, sayur, tapi kok pada saat kita lihat di kemasan, kok yang disebutin lain lagi, bukan daging, bukan sayur, bukan makanan manis, tapi yang disebutin ini semuanya apa ya? Ada total fat, ada kolesterol, ada sodium, ada carbohydrates, ada protein. Ini semua apa ini namanya adalah nutrisi atau kandungan di dalam makanan, dan itulah yang ditulis pada kemasan. Ya.
Okay, so let's go and see and learn what all these components are, these nutrients. There are six essential nutrients. What does essential mean? It means that these are needed by the body. The body cannot make them itself. So the body needs to get these nutrients from outside. Okay, we need to eat them because the body cannot make it. So if we don't eat them, we don't get them. So that's why they are essential. They are needed by the body.
Jadi nutrisi ini dibutuhkan sama badan kita. Badan kita enggak memproduksi bahan-bahan ini. Nah, bahan-bahan ini datangnya dari mana? Dari makanan yang kita makan, di dalamnya ada yang namanya nutrisi. Ya, go ahead, Tante.
Okay, so the first one is the proteins. So what are the proteins? The proteins are the building blocks of our body. So that is what the body builds itself with. Just like Lego, you know, you make like a nice, I don't know, house or car or whatever you want. And so what does it look, how does this work? So when you get a protein, it's like a big chain of pearls, like you can see on the slide, right? When you eat it, the digestion will start cutting it down in smaller pieces, like with a scissor. It breaks it down into single pearls, and then it reassembles them together to make new like a new cell, new elements, like a new cell, like a new hormone, or like a new antibody that fights the disease. And why does it do this? Because if you eat a protein, for example, you eat chicken, right? So you get the protein from the chicken, but we are not chickens, we are humans. So we are not built the same way as the chicken. If it wouldn't break it down, then we would become chickens. But it wants to build a human. So it has to cut it down and then put it back together to make the human proteins. It's like a Lego, right? If you make like a car with a Lego, and then you want to make a house, you have to first break it down and then build it again. So the same happens with the proteins in our body.
Oke, jadi kata Tante Geraldine, protein ini sangat penting, and especially untuk anak-anak ya Tante, for the children, the protein is extremely important.
Yes, because the children are growing up.
Ya,
So, you know, they need even more because they are building themselves, right?
ya,
Or
jadi
babies.
ya, jadi protein ini sangat penting karena dia ini fungsinya itu kayak ada membuat Lego di dalam badan kita ini. Inilah yang menyusun badan kita sehingga badan kita ini jadinya ada dan tetap sehat. Bagaimana caranya dia bekerja? Ini tuh protein itu kerjanya itu seperti untuk menggunting, dia harus digunting-gunting supaya dia bisa jadi tercerna di tubuh kita. Nah, digunting-gunting, kalau misalnya kayak ada kalung, kalian ada kalung, nah dia digunting-gunting, nanti dia akan saling menyatu kembali menjadi sesuatu yang dibutuhkan sama badan kita. Akan ada yang menjadi sel baru, akan ada yang menjadi hormon, bahkan akan ada yang menjadi untuk antibody atau untuk pertahanan tubuh kita dari kuman-kuman, from the disease, dari penyakit. Itu jadi protein ini penting sekali untuk kita.
Okay, so where do we find proteins? You have two types. You can find them in the animal group or you can find them in the plant group. So in the animals, you can find them in meat, in fish, in eggs, or in dairy products. As we saw, the milk, the cheese, yogurt. And these is what we call complete proteins, right? They have all the little elements that the body needs to make the new proteins. For the plants, you can find them in soy products, so tofu, tempeh, nuts, almonds, cashew nuts, macadamia, in anything like lentils or beans, and also in grains. But these are what we call incomplete. So if you only eat them, then you won't get all the little beads you need to make the new proteins that we need for our body. So if you eat plant proteins, you have to combine like the pulses, the legumes like beans and lentils with grains. Because if you combine the grains and the beans and lentils, then you make the complete set of beads that you need to make the new proteins.
Oke, jadi
Yeah, so that's maybe too much already.
It's okay. So combined with grains, and the grains are like the lentils, barley, is that?
Grains, it's like, well, quinoa is actually a complete protein, but rice, so if you have rice and lentils together, that's good. Then you have complete protein. Grains, you have rice, quinoa.
What about tahu and tempeh, Tante?
Tempeh is soy. So soy is actually also a complete one. So if you have tempeh or tofu, then you're good.
Okay.
That's a good protein.
Oke. Jadi protein itu seperti kalian tahu ada di mana aja, bisa didapat dari mana aja, dari hewan, ataupun dari tumbuhan. Oke. Unmute everybody. Jadi kalau misalnya yang dari hewan, kalau kita di sini belajarnya disebutnya protein apa namanya?
Hewani.
Nabati.
In Indonesia, when they learn, Tante, the ones from the animals, it is called hewani, and the ones from the plants, it is called nabati. Jadi datang dari hewan atau dari tumbuhan. Nah, yang dari hewan itu adalah complete protein, yang udah lengkap semuanya. Tapi kalau yang dari plants, ada sebagian yang masih belum lengkap proteinnya, sehingga pada saat kita makan, kita harus melengkapi juga makanannya itu dengan yang butir-butiran, polong-polongan seperti itu, sehingga proteinnya menjadi lengkap. Yang paling sering di Indonesia dimakan apa? Tahu tempe, kata Tante Geraldine, tahu tempe good. tahu tempe complete. Jadi kalau kalian makan tahu tempe, it should do it. I mean, udah cukup. Jadi, so Tante, when we have tahu and tempe, do we still need to eat meat also? Oh, Tante, you're still muted.
Okay, you can eat meat if you like to eat meat, but you can have enough protein if with only tofu and tempeh.
Okay.
Like a lot of vegetarians, they eat a lot of tofu and tempeh to compensate the lack of protein from like not eating meat.
Okay.
Or and if you eat eggs, then eggs it's also good.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we have after proteins? What was the other element? Let's see, what is the next one? Fats. Okay. So fats, often people say, fat is not good, right? Especially a lot of people when they grow up, when they get fatter, they want to go on a diet, they think that it's the fat that makes us fat. But there are different types of fat. There are fats that are not good for the body, and there are fats that are good and that are needed. Our body needs fats for different things. It's actually, fat makes the membrane of the cell. So if you don't eat fat, your cells, they're going to explode because they won't have the membrane anymore. It helps the creation of hormones. It helps the transportation of hormones and proteins in the blood. So it helps also to absorb some of the vitamins. Some of the vitamins that we eat, they can only be absorbed if they have fat. So fat is actually very important. Even think about your brain, right? Your brain is made out of, I forgot, but 40% or more, I think even more, but it's mostly fat. So if the brain is fat, we probably need to eat fat to make sure that, you know, it keeps working. So fat is not always bad.
Jadi lemak ini yang paling sering disalahin. Fat is bad. That's what we always heard. Jadi fat itu selalu dibilang jelek, gemuk, kebanyakan lemak, nggak bagus, kurangin lemak. Sedangkan fat itu punya banyak sekali fungsi. Kalau nggak ada lemak, kalau nggak ada fat, sel tubuh kita itu nggak ada yang ngelapisinnya, nggak ada membrannya. Jadi dia bisa waktu dia akan bisa meledak. Kemudian nggak ada yang menyerap atau mengangkut hormon dan protein di dalam darah. Dan dia juga nggak ada nanti yang mengatur hormon-hormon yang penting yang dibutuhkan oleh tubuh. Dan kalau nggak ada fat, kita juga, siapa yang mau menyerap vitamin di dalam tubuh kita? Dan kata Tante Geraldine tadi, otak kita sendiri aja terdiri dari besar sekali persentasenya, sekitar 40-50% atau lebih, itu terbuat dari lemak. Jadi tinggal sekarang nih Tante Geraldine akan ngasih tahu kita, she's gonna tell us which fats are good and which fats are do we need to avoid. Yeah.
Actually, I think it's 60% of fat in our brain.
Oke, jadi 60% malahan, 60% otak kita itu tersusunnya itu dari lemak.
Okay, so yes, where do we find fats? Okay, so here you can see, I put them in the order of the good ones, the ones we need a lot, the ones that are good to eat, that is not bad, some that you can have once in a while, but not too much, and then the ones to avoid. Okay. So maybe some people have heard, if you heard about fats called omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. These are elements of the fat. So these are very important. These ones we need, like our body cannot make them. So it needs to get them from the food. So you can find them in fatty fishes, like the small, like sardines or mackerel. salmon as well, but I don't know if you have much. But in eggs are very good. Some seeds and nuts, like you see here, nuts and seeds like chia seeds or algae. Algae are also very good. Linseeds, like flax seeds or linseeds. So a lot of the seeds and nuts, they are very good. They are healthy fats, right? Avocado is a healthy fat. I know in Indonesia, you eat a lot of avocado, right?
Yeah.
And it's good. Yes. So that is a good fat. Olive oil or macadamia oil, it's also good. When I put here down, but it's maybe a bit difficult, but sometimes you can see this on food packaging. So maybe it's some words that you can remember, or maybe your parents, they can remember. So you want unsaturated fats. Those are the good ones, if you can remember that. So you have poly and mono, but unsaturated, that is good. Saturated fats, those are not good to have. You need a very little bit, so you can have some like ham or salami or any like meat like that. I don't know if you eat, because ham it's all pork, right? So, but some chocolate and coconut oil, actually it's good to have, because they have other elements that are very good for the body, but their fat is saturated, so it's not that good. And then you have the trans and hydrogenated fats. So these are the fats that have been modified a lot, that have been heated to very high temperatures, that has been transformed. That's why it says trans, right? These fats have been transformed this much that they are not good for the body anymore. And often you find them in fast food, in industrial food that has been made in very big factories, like some cookies. They use these because they're usually cheaper fats, so they use them to make these things, and they're not very good for the body.
Oke. Jadi lemak itu ada banyak jenisnya. Ada yang bagus, ada yang netral, ya masih cenderung ke bagus, ada yang perlu dibatasi, ada yang perlu dihindari. Nah, yang bagus ini yang perlu diingat, kata Tante Geraldine tadi adalah kata-kata saturated. Jadi yang paling bagus itu adalah yang polyunsaturated atau tidak jenuh ganda ya. I don't know, poly ininya
a lot.
Terminal ya.
Right.
Ya, jadi chain yang tidak jenuhnya itu banyak. Seperti contohnya adalah omega 3 dan omega 6. Dan di sini contohnya seperti telur, ada juga rumput laut, dan for your fact, Indonesia kita ada ikan kembung. Ikan kembung itu bahkan omega 3-nya itu lebih tinggi daripada salmon. So we have a fish that is called ikan kembung, and the research has proven that ikan kembung is actually even has a lot higher omega 3 than salmon. So we need to eat our local food more often.
Omega 3, this fat, it's a very important one for the brain. So if you want to grow up well, you want to be able to learn, to read, to think, to be able to concentrate on the things that you like to do, then it's important to have. We always said fish is good for the brain.
Makan ikan yang banyak kalau mau otaknya tambah cerdas dan tambah pintar. Ada yang sifatnya netral, misalnya seperti alpukat, kalau sekalian suka makan alpukat, atau olive oil atau minyak zaitun. Ada yang bagus sih, tapi lebih baik kalau kita batasi, misalnya seperti sosis, coklat, kelapa gitu. Ada juga yang kalau bisa sih dihindari gitu, I know it's hard, the one that is to avoid is very very hard, tapi ini kalau bisa dihindari. Kenapa? Karena makanan-makanan ini sudah diproses, dan diprosesnya itu sebagian besar menggunakan temperatur yang sangat tinggi, sehingga kandungannya itu menjadi rusak. Kandungan baiknya itu menjadi hilang dan menjadi rusak dan bahkan menjadi berbahaya. Misalnya apa? Makanan-makanan yang cepat saji. Misalnya kayak yang ada di foto-foto ini deh, kita nggak usah sebutin, tapi makanan-makanan yang cepat saji itu sebisa mungkin kita hindari. Nah, but I want to eat it still. Like, is it okay if it's once a month, Tante? But if it's okay, is it okay? The ones that are to avoid?
Yes, that's why it says to avoid. Of course, it's still okay to have once in a while because they're often nice to eat. This gives us pleasure, which is also important for our happiness. But it's better they won't bring anything good to your body. You know, they won't help your body in any way, but they help your mind in being happy because you eat something you like. So once in a while, you are, of course, allowed to have them because pleasure is very important as well. But for your healthy body, they won't help.
Ya, jadi sesekali bolehlah kita makan makanan cepat saji sesekali. Tapi sebisa mungkin nanti deh di akhir kegiatan ini kayaknya kalian akan lebih suka makan makanan yang sehat.
Okay, so after the fat, so we talked about proteins, we talked about fats. So what was after that? The other element is carbohydrates, or what we call carbs as well, right? So carbs, you can actually divide them into different things. There's different elements. Sugar is one of the carbs. So actually, we don't always think about that sugar is a carb. But for example, because if you think of a potato is a carb. It has sugar in it. So there's a lot of things we don't always see. It's not only the sugar you put in your tea, you know, the table sugar, but the sugar that come from the carbs are actually, we do need some of it because this is the fuel, as we said before, of the body. You know, this is our principal source of energy. This is what is going to give us energy to use our muscles, to run around, to learn. Our brain needs sugar as well. But there's different types again. There's good sugars and there's bad sugars. Actually, what happens when you eat something that has sugar inside, the quantity of the sugar in your blood is going to go up, right? This sugar needs to go to your cells because all your cells are the ones that need it, you know, to get the fuel to work, to make their little engine work. So it's good if you, for example, if you have a steady income, right? It's not good if you eat sugar, a lot of it, then your amount of sugar in your body goes up very fast, and then it's going to be distributed very fast to the cells, and then you won't have any anymore, and then you will have a drop in energy. So that is what we call the sugar spike, right? You get a lot of energy after you've eaten sugar, and then you feel very tired. But wouldn't it be better to have a steady energy the whole day, the same amount of energy? To have that, you want your sugar to be distributed slowly, right? Steadily in your body. So that's what we have fast sugars, the ones that give quickly a lot of energy, but then you have a big drop of energy. And then you have the slow sugars, the ones that steadily give you the same amount of energy, which is much better to pass your day.
Yeah, we can so relate on this because as Indonesian, we're heavy carbohydrates eaters. So, jadi kita untuk orang Indonesia, carbohydrates ini kita makan setiap saat. Pagi, cemilan nasi goreng. Siang, bubur ayam. Belum lagi habis itu masih lapar, mie ayam. Sore, cemilan lagi ntar bihun goreng. Malam, nasi uduk. Jadi we constantly consume carbohydrates like every second of our lives. Jadi kata tante Geraldine, karbohidrat tuh fuelnya badan kita. Dia yang ngasih energi utama di badan kita. Masalahnya karbohidrat yang kita makan itu seringkali dia itu cepat banget dipecah sama tubuh kita sehingga begitu dia didistribusikan langsung ke seluruh badan kita. Jadi di satu titik kita sangat bertenaga, habis itu kita letoy karena karbohidratnya udah habis, udah disebar ke seluruh badan kita dengan sangat cepat. Itu yang Tante Geraldine bilang fast carbs. Nanti ada juga Tante Geraldine akan jelasin yang bagus yang mana, yang slow carbs, yang lebih slow gitu didistribusikannya ke badan kita.
So what's the difference between the fast and the slow ones? Okay, so where do you find fast sugar? So the fast carbs, often sugar, like the white sugar, the table sugar, and flour, but it's all what we call refined sugar, refined flour, potatoes. They are very high in sugar. Actually, what happens, the slow ones, I will first say what the slow ones are. For example, fruits and vegetables, sweet potato. You can have all the whole grains. Some rice can be a slow, actually, carb as well. And all the lentils and beans and things like that, so pulses, they are slow carbs. Actually, what helps to slow down, why are these slow and why are the other ones fast? It's because what is going to slow down the absorption of the sugar in the body is fiber and fat, right? These two will slow down the absorption of the sugar in the body and will also make you feel fuller for longer. So what you can do, for example, if you have a potato, you know, it's always, if you eat potatoes, it's always important to have a lot of vegetables, because in vegetables you have fiber and that will slow down the absorption of sugar. Or if you have a piece of fruit, fruit has fiber already inside, so that's good because fruits have a lot of sugar. But you can also have a few nuts with your fruit. That will help to slow down, and so you have more energy for longer, right? That's what you want. You just don't want to just have energy for 5 minutes and then feel really tired. You want to have energy for the whole day. Yeah. So that's why if you have a whole grain, the whole grain still has it's
like the coating.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the skin, let's say, and that's where the fiber is. That's why there's a difference, and it's the same with the sugar. The sugar, the white sugar, it has been again transformed a lot, like with the fats. Remember, whenever something has been transformed, has been cooked a lot, it becomes like less and less good. So white sugar, actually, it's been transformed a lot. White flour, the same. It's been taken off. All the good things have been taken off. The fibers, some of the nutrients. So whenever you can have a whole grain or like semi-whole, it's also good. Always try and go for something that is more complete than something that's very white. Okay. But for example, basmati rice, actually basmati rice is it's one of the okay carbs, even the white one.
Oke. Jadi gula itu ada di mana-mana ya. Salah satunya itu memang dia berasal dari karbohidrat. Nah, gula itu ada yang fast sugar, ada yang slow sugar, ada gula yang sifatnya cepat, ada yang lambat. Nah, Indonesia tuh ada di mana? Kayaknya sih ya, Indonesian, I think we're on the left side, on the fast sugars. Jadi kita sering minum es teh manis, habis itu pakai mie ayam, habis itu pakai gorengan. So we consume the fast sugars almost all the time. So jadi gula putih, kemudian tepung yang putih, kentang, itu adalah contoh-contoh dari gula cepat. Cepat itu maksudnya cepat apa? Cepat terserap. Makanya kata Tante Geraldine, energinya langsung dapat, tapi habis itu langsung letoy. Yang bagus itu yang mana? Yang slow sugars. Datangnya dari mana? Dari buah-buahan, dari sayur-sayuran, dari umbi-umbian, dari polong-polongan. Nah, itu yang bagus. Nah, kayak kata Tante Geraldine, jadi orang Indonesia harus gimana nih? Kita kan makan gorengan juga pakai mie ayam, pakai nasi goreng. Gimana cara mengimbanginya? Cara mengimbanginya adalah dengan cara memperlambat, to slow down the absorption of sugar, memperlambat bagaimana gula itu terserap. Dengan cara apa memperlambatnya? Ya, pada saat kita makan nasi, tambahin sayur, habis itu kita makan buah. Itulah bagaimana caranya kita memperlambat laju penyerapan gulanya sehingga kita punya energinya itu sepanjang waktu, bukan cuma not only for 5 minutes and then we're again tired, but we want to have the energy the whole day. Jadi caranya punya energi sepanjang hari adalah dengan cara mengkombinasikan apa yang kita makan yang mengandung gula tapi juga diimbangi dengan buah dan sayur.
Yes, or at least you said it through the whole day, or at least until your next meal, right? You don't want to feel hungry again 1 hour after you've eaten. You want to feel full until the next meal and have energy and then the next meal.
Yeah.
So always, that's why, again, vegetables are a good thing. If you have the rice, always to have vegetables because they will help to slow down and to feel fuller for longer with the fibers. So we talked about fibers. So this is the next carbohydrate, right? It's fibers, and fibers, they help with our digestion. As we said, they help to pass the food through the whole body, and they help to have a healthy stool. So a healthy, I don't know if this is a word, like a healthy poop. So in fibers, you have 2 types. You have the ones that are soluble. This means they get dissolved in water. So if you mix them with water, it becomes like a gel. Like you won't see the fibers anymore. So in the intestines, when it goes through the body, it becomes a gel and it becomes food. Maybe you've heard that there's bacteria in your gut, in your intestines, right? These bacteria are good bacteria. They help you to stay healthy, and they work a lot with the immune system. So with the fighters of the disease. Okay, so the soluble ones, the ones that become gel, they are food for our good bacteria in the gut, and they help us feel fuller for longer, so we don't become hungry again 1 hour after eating. Then you have the insoluble ones, the ones that don't mix with water. So they stay whole, they don't change. They go through the whole body, staying the same. But what these are going to help, they are actually going to help move the food through the whole digestion path. Okay, they stimulate the muscles to make them move, and they give bulk to the stool. So this is what gives the shape of your poop, if you want. But that's the 2 types of fibers. So the fibers are actually very important for a healthy digestion and being able to go to the toilet normally.
Oke, jadi yang berikutnya adalah fibers atau bahasa Indonesia serat ya. Serat ini sangat-sangat penting untuk pencernaan dan juga untuk membantu kita pupuk. Ada 2 jenis serat, ada yang larut dan ada yang nggak larut. Nah, dua-duanya ini penting. Yang larut ini dia yang membuat kita jadi nggak cepat lapar. Kemudian dia juga menjadi makanan yang baik untuk bakteri yang ada di pencernaan kita. Tapi yang nggak larut ini juga penting karena inilah yang membuat pupuk kita itu jadi compact, jadi ada bentuknya. Dan dia juga karena dia nggak larut, dia juga menstimulasi usus kita sehingga usus kita itu terus bekerja dan dia elastis gitu.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to search some examples of both. So again, fruits and vegetables, as I said, they have a lot of fiber. So they both have both the soluble one and the insoluble one. For the soluble ones, again, so those are the ones that become gel and become the food for the good bacteria in our gut. Oats are good for that, and anything like the again, pulses and legumes, so lentils and beans, edamame, peanuts, even green peas, soybeans. So they are good fibers and food for your butt. And then other cereals like barley and rye. The insoluble ones, the one that give the shape and that help things move through the body. There again, we go for whole grains. So any cereals that there still have some of the skin. We have nuts, all the leafy greens, so the green vegetables, or like, spinach, and all the fruits and vegetables, as we said before, and nuts. The nuts, they have some good fibers as well, and all the roots. So roots would be like beetroot, or even ginger, or what have parsnip, but I don't know if you have that. I don't really know what the what roots you get in Indonesia, but it's
Okay.
anything that grows in the ground.
Jadi serat itu bisa dari mana-mana, yang bentuknya mudah larut, yang tadi sebagai makanan untuk bakteri baik di usus kita itu, di saluran pencernaan kita. Sayangnya emang kalau dilihat dari listnya Tante Geraldine ini, unfortunately, I'm telling the children, we don't really consume like rice and barleys, and we don't really eat like these here. Yeah. So jadi tapi nggak apa-apa, ini untuk pengetahuan bahwa kita sebetulnya butuh dua-duanya. Ya, jadi ada kacang polong, ada mame, ada barley, kemudian ada kacang-kacangan, itu adalah semua yang soluble. Ada juga yang nggak larut. Yang nggak larut itu seperti apa? Misalnya seperti sayur-sayuran, misalnya seperti sawi, kemudian ada kacang-kacangan juga, makanan-makanan yang berasal dari akar-akaran. Ini semua adalah yang insoluble atau yang memberi bentuk kepada pupuk kita, dan yang juga menggerakkan makanan yang sedang lewat di saluran pencernaan kita.
Okay. So now we actually talked about all what we call the macronutrients. These are the elements that give us energy and that we need, that will give us what we call calories. So we have the proteins, we have the fats, we have the carbohydrates that are and sugars and fibers. But on top of that, food also gives us what we call micronutrients. So they're very small, you can't really see them, but they are very important for our health. So what are these? Vitamins and minerals. They help us to function properly and to stay healthy. So for example, vitamins, you probably know vitamin C is very important. So there's 13 of them. Okay, 13 essential. So essential, again, what does it mean? That our body needs to get it from outside because it can't make it itself. And you remember when I said that fats help to absorb vitamins? So some vitamins need water to be absorbed. They're soluble in water, and others are soluble in fat. They need fat to be absorbed. So vitamin C and all the vitamins B, they need water. The vitamin A, D, E, and K, they need fat. And what do these help with? They help with having a better vision, a good skin, strong bones. They help fight diseases. So when you get ill, they help you not to get ill or to get better faster. And they also help with aging slower, so to stay young for longer. Then we have minerals. Minerals are little elements that you can actually find everywhere in nature. You can find it in the rivers and the lakes and the ocean, or even the earth. And there's 22 essential of them, so that we need to get from the outside. And some examples are calcium, they are good for the bones, zinc, magnesium, iron. These are some that are known, and maybe you know them. So why do we need them? They're good for, as I said, the strong bones, for the good teeth. our muscles to be able, to be strong, for the composition of hormones and enzymes for all the little cells. They help with having a good heartbeat, and they also help with keeping the water to stay hydrated.
Jadi berikutnya ada vitamin dan mineral. Nah, vitamin dan mineral inilah yang membuat badan kita itu jadi bisa berfungsi dan sehat secara optimum. Nah, jadi butuh dua-duanya ya, butuh vitamin dan mineral. Vitamin itu ada kata-kata di sini essential. Essential itu artinya adalah esensial atau dibutuhkan sama tubuh kita. Vitamin ada 13 yang dibutuhkan tubuh kita dan mineral ada 22. Ini contoh-contohnya aja. Nah, ada vitamin itu yang larut di dalam air, misalnya contohnya vitamin C dan B. Nanti dia larut dengan air yang kita minum. Ada juga vitamin ADEK gitu ya, ADEK yang larutnya itu di dalam lemak. Jadi makanya kita juga perlu makan lemak, fat tadi ya, kan kita bilang bahwa itu membantu untuk menyerap vitamin. Ya, vitaminnya vitamin siapa? Vitamin ADEK ini. Jadi vitamin ini banyak fungsinya untuk mata, untuk kulit, untuk tulang, melawan penyakit dan supaya awet muda kayak Tante Geraldine, so we stay young just like Tante Geraldine I say. And then minerals, jadi kita juga butuh mineral. Nah, mineral ini ada macam-macam, ada kalsium, ada zat besi, ada magnesium, ada zinc supaya tulang kita kuat. Nah, supaya gigi kita sehat, supaya jantung kita itu bisa bekerja dengan optimal. Nah, ini semua adalah fungsi dari kenapa kita butuh vitamin dan juga mineral di dalam tubuh kita.
Okay, but two things to remember with vitamins and minerals, they are very sensitive to external factors. So the amount you get in your food is influenced by how the food was grown, so the type of agriculture, how it has been prepared, so the preparation in the factories or the preparation at home, the pollution, if there have been things added to the food. So it's very sensitive to that. So the more fresh you can get food, the better for the vitamins and the minerals. Also, we need them to live just normally, but whatever happens around us will increase our need. For example, if you are very stressed, that brings your magnesium down, so you need more magnesium. If you smoke, that brings down the vitamin C, B9, B12, E, beta carotene, so it brings down a lot of vitamins. You need more vitamins. Pollution, vitamin D brings it down, so you need more of that. If you do a lot of sports, if you train a lot, you're going to need a lot of magnesium and zinc and vitamin Bs and C and E. So you need more of them to be stronger, right? Also with the sun, if you get a lot of sun, you will need more vitamins for having a healthy skin. Also with age, as we get older, we absorb them less, not as good anymore as when we're young. So we will need more. So there's a lot of different things that influence.
Jadi banyak faktor yang mempengaruhi vitamin dan mineral ini yang masuk ke dalam badan kita. Intinya salah satu yang paling penting adalah makan makanan yang fresh, kata Tante Geraldine. Semakin lama makanan itu disimpan, semakin lama dia dimasak, semakin lama dia itu di dalam kulkas, dibekukan dan lain sebagainya, melewati berbagai macam proses, maka vitamin dan mineralnya juga akan semakin lama kandungannya semakin berkurang. Nah, kalau badan kita banyak bergerak, akan ada lebih banyak, kita berarti butuh lebih banyak magnesium misalnya. Atau kalau misalnya kita lagi sedang dalam masa pertumbuhan, kita banyak main sepeda, kejar-kejaran, kita pasti butuh lebih banyak vitamin dan mineral. Makanya mama cerewet. That's why I said sometimes mama is being fussy, because mama knows that you need more vitamins and minerals because you move a lot. Karena kalian tuh lari-larian, karena kalian tuh main sepeda, makanya mama karena sayang, they feed you with veggies and also with fruits.
Yeah, so the most Actually, vitamins and minerals are mostly in fruits and veggies. So to make sure you get all the ones you need, the best is to have a diet, a balanced diet. So we'll see what the balanced plate is later, with a lot of variety. You know, eat a little bit of everything. That's the best you can do, because they are stuck. They are, you know, in a lot of different things. You don't have one food that has all the vitamins and all the minerals. You need to have a bit of everything. And fruits and vegetables are very high in them. Also, nuts are good. And then seafood actually is also very good. But anything that the industrial food, again, like junk food, they don't have many vitamins and minerals.
Okay.
They're just good for the taste.
Okay, go ahead, Tante.
Okay. So, last essential nutrient, one we forget often, water. Why do we need water? To stay hydrated. Did you know that the body is 62% of water? Right? It's very important. We can, you know, if we don't eat, we can survive for weeks. But without drinking, it's only a few days. Okay. For example, if you have a good hydration, if you drink enough, your brain will work well, you have a better mood, you will be happy. You know, it helps absorbing shocks, and it's a lubricant. It flushes out the toxins through sweating and going to the toilet, peeing. All the bad stuff goes out, so it's important to pee and to sweat. It carries the nutrients to the cells. It prevents, you know, it helps to go to the toilet and not have cramps in your stomach, you know, in your tummy, and be able to go to the toilet well. If you don't drink enough, you have lower energy, you have bad concentration, and you have weaker performance. So maybe if you like to do sports, I don't know, maybe you play soccer, football, or you dance, or I don't know what you like to do. But if you want to do it well, you have to make sure you drink enough. Because as soon as you don't drink enough, your performance will go down.
Oke. Jadi kata Tante Geraldine, air itu adalah komponen 62% dari tubuh kita itu terdiri dari air. Jadi udah bisa dibayangkan bahwa tubuh kita ini akan selalu butuh air sebagai salah satu komponen utama penyusunnya. Nah, kalau kita nggak minum air, itu udah bisa gampang banget nyiriinnya sebetulnya. Badan tiba-tiba jadi lesu, nggak bisa konsentrasi, kadang-kadang jadi pusing. Sedangkan kalau misalnya kita sudah cukup minum, maka otak kita akan berfungsi dengan baik. Kemudian yang paling utama juga racun-racun yang ada di dalam tubuh kita itu jadi keluar. Dan yang paling utama banget satu lagi adalah nggak sembelit. Jadi meskipun kita makan buah dan sayur, kita tetap harus minum air juga yang cukup supaya kita nggak sembelit dan nggak kelamaan di toilet sakit perut gitu, karena kita mau pupuknya jadi susah gitu.
Okay, so now I have a little fun fact for you about water. I say little fun fact test. How can you know? Does anybody know? How can you know if you drink enough? Okay. If you're well hydrated?
Okay, just type in your chat. How do we know that we are hydrated? Bagaimana kita tahu bahwa kita tuh udah cukup minum air? The pee is white. Kata Akira say the pee is white. From the pee.
Good.
Who else? Yeah. Oh, everybody said yeah. From the urine color. Yes.
Right.
Okay. Yes. We're not thirsty anymore. From our mood. From the color of the pee.
Yes.
Okay.
Good. I don't have to teach you anything anymore. You already know it all.
Okay.
It's true. I think thirst, actually, once you start being thirsty, it's already too late. You already are dehydrated. So it's good to get the habit of drinking, even if you don't feel thirsty, a little bit regularly throughout the day. But indeed, you are right. How can you check if you drink enough? It's check the color of your pee. So your pee should be like the first three ones here. Very like light yellow or nearly clear. Okay. Here you can see that you should drink a little bit more. If it starts to be very dark, okay, then it means that you are dehydrated and you really need to drink. But be careful, sometimes your pee can become bright yellow because of some vitamins that you eat, right? Your pee can get the color of your food as well. If you eat a lot of beetroot, I don't know if you have a lot of beetroot in
Not really.
Indonesia. No. But
Yeah.
if you eat like red colored food often, it will make your pee a little bit red
Okay.
or pink.
Okay.
So some foods can influence the color of your pee. Some vitamins as well, but normally, in general, it should be around the first three colors here.
Okay. So this is only for fun. If you still remember and if you notice your last pee, can you give us a thumbs up if you are hydrated? If you're, yeah, I think I drank enough water. Okay. Oh, okay, good. Good. But if your pee falls within this color all the way to this side, then you need to drink more and more water. It's not only because of the color, but you now know that the water has a lot of functions. Dia perlu banget ya untuk membuat otak kita jadi pintar supaya badan kita tetap sehat. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And again, water is good to drink. You get hydration from water and from fruits and vegetables because they have a lot of water inside of them as well. So that if you eat a fruit or a vegetable, it will help your hydration as well. But things like sodas, fruit juices, they won't, or some teas and coffee. Okay, you don't drink coffee yet. It's for your parents. You can tell them if they drink a lot of coffee. This actually dehydrates the body. So water is the best way, and fruits and vegetables, it's the best way to get hydrated.
Ya. Jadi jangan lupa minum banyak air putih. Ingetin mama papa juga, apalagi yang suka ngeteh, suka ngopi, banyak-banyak minum air putih mah gitu.
Okay, so we talked about all the essential nutrients. So you remember what they are? So proteins, right? The building blocks of the body. Fats, they have a lot of functions and also help absorb the vitamins. Carbohydrates, sugars, they are energy. Carbohydrates, fibers, they help to pass the food through the body and to have, happy, healthy bacteria that will help fight disease. Vitamins and minerals, they help you to stay healthy on a general level and strong. And water to stay hydrated, right? To have a good mood and good concentration and energy. Okay. So how do we get all of this? So as I said, digestion, right? When we eat, our food is broken down. Remember with the proteins, the digestion breaks down the beet, like the chain of beets, right? And it breaks it down into smaller parts of proteins and fats and sugar. And then it allows it to use them as building blocks to give us energy, to give us nutrients, to stay healthy, and to give water. All right. So I don't know if Tanteriska, if this is it's a small video that shows how it goes.
Yeah.
Maybe it will allow the kids to have
sure.
a little break to listen from listening to me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I tried to put the Indonesian subtitles. I hope it worked. Yes. So it's a little video of Chloe. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. Of Chloe and her friend Nerve, they get swallowed by a mouse and they will go through the digestion. Just gonna make sure that the subtitles are. Yeah, it didn't.
You need to click on the auto translate. And
Yeah,
do it again,
I did it before, but it
Yeah.
didn't
didn't save.
remember it.
Yeah. So you need to redo it again.
Ah, why did it do that? Sorry. I had it prepared.
Yeah.
There we go. That's not the right one.
It's okay.
Okay. I chose this video because I think it shows the path of the digestion quite well, and it's funny. It's probably more funny than I am, so I thought that would be fun. Let's see. So you see it full screen?
Yeah.
Oh, but don't you have? Do you have the noise? No.
No, we don't. I think it's because you have not shared the sound and also in the Zoom. It's okay. I think you can narrate probably for the children. I think you need to stop sharing and then you need to redo it again, like share sound as well. Try it again.
Here.
What?
There you go.
Are we?
We're in the mouth, a gateway to the digestive system.
The digestive system?
Yep, it takes the food you eat, breaks it down, and turns it into energy you can use. It's trying to break us down and speak. Oh, don't worry, Chloe. That's why we're wearing these spiffy anti-digestive suits.
Nerb, what's this goop on my arm?
Oh, that's saliva. As soon as you take a bite of food, digestion begins. Saliva contains things called enzymes that start breaking down food immediately. Looks like we're in the esophagus, a tube that runs from your mouth to the stomach.
Ouch!
Oh, happy day! Food! Now we can wash and be digested.
Lucky us.
Look at the food! Look at it! Right here in the stomach. Gastric juices are starting to break it down. It's amazing!
Gastric juices?
Yes, sirree. Gastric juice isn't like orange or grape juice. Your stomach secretes a mix of acid and enzymes that start digesting the food you eat. The stomach also churns the partially digested food, turning it into a lovely, liquidy mush. Then the food moves into the small intestine. Bye-bye, handsome.
Handsome. That combo of chewed up food and gastric juices was gross.
Well, then you're gross.
Excuse me?
Whoa, you've seen this combo of chewed up food and gastric juices erupt from your own body if you've ever thrown up.
Oh, I have seen that before.
Nerve vomit sparkles with all the colors of the rainbow.
I think it's time to move on to the small intestine.
Here we are. The first part of the small intestine is called the duodenum, and it's where liquefied food goes next. Duodenum, duodenum, duodenum. There are are more digestive juices found here, like bile. Bile is made in the liver and stored in the gallbladder until your body needs it. Bile and enzymes from the pancreas break down the proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. It's here that the body absorbs the vitamins and minerals from the food.
Wow!
Welcome to the large intestine.
Hold on. If the small intestine does all of that, why do we even need a large intestine?
Oh, my dear Chloe, of course you need a large intestine. The large intestine has an important job to absorb water and salt.
So, what's left?
At the end of the digestive process, anything that hasn't been absorbed is considered waste, which your body doesn't need. In other words, poop.
Nerve, what's that sound? Uh-oh.
Run! Run!
Oh! How am I going to tell my diary about this?
Just say, today me and my best buddy Nerve went on a journey through the digestive system. And we had the time of our lives.
Okay.
Okay. So that was the digestive system. Did you like this one?
Ya. Oh, dikasih jempol. They give you thumbs. Yeah, so it's kind of breaking, Tante. I personally like this video a lot. So probably if you can share us the link so the kids can rewatch later.
Of course.
Yeah.
Maybe I can add it to the chat.
Yeah, sure. But kids, please, ini Tante Geraldine sudah share linknya, tapi nontonnya nanti ya selesai kegiatan. So watch it after the event.
Okay.
Okay.
So now you understand. So this is like, here you can see again what they showed us, right? In the mouth, it goes through the neck, which is called the esophagus, to the stomach. And actually what we said, you know, the proteins, the sugars, the fats, they all get digested, broken down in different parts of the body. Sugars, they get broken down in the mouth already with the saliva. The proteins mostly in the stomach, and the fats in the small intestine. And then the rest here in the large intestine, that is used, as he said, you know, to take the water out and to take the salt out, so that then you just get a lump of poop left to get out. So this is the whole, so each part has a specific function.
Jadi proses pencernaan itu, setiap nutrisi itu tercerna di tempat yang berbeda-beda. Misalnya kayak karbohidrat itu langsung tercerna di mulut sejak kita mengunyah. Nanti protein itu di tempat yang lain lagi, lemak di tempat yang lain lagi. Jadi semua sistem pencernaan kita ini harus berfungsi dengan baik agar kita mendapatkan nutrisi yang baik.
Okay, so we have a fun fact. Okay. So the more veg you eat, right, the longer your small intestine is going to be. So let's see, which one of these three animals do you think has the longest small intestine?
Semakin banyak makan sayur, maka usus kecilnya semakin panjang. Dari 3 hewan ini, menurut kalian yang mana yang punya usus paling panjang? Babi, siapa nih namanya? Harimau apa? Oh, the cow. They said the cow, the cow. Okay. Everybody said the cow, cow.
Yes.
The tiger.
Yes.
Somebody say tiger. Okay, the cow. The pig. Somebody said the pig, cow. But most of them, almost everybody said the cow. Is that
Good.
correct? Yes.
Correct. Yes.
Ah, jawabannya.
Alright, that is correct.
Jadi
And,
sapi. So what happens when you have long
there we go. Correct.
small intestine?
It's just much longer because it takes longer to digest. So for example, let's see, the tiger eats meat, right? So the intestine is 6 meters long for the tiger. That's pretty long already, right? All of that in the body. The pig eats a bit of everything. Actually, pigs eat meat as well sometimes. They eat all the rest. So pigs is a bit longer because they eat more vegetables than the tiger, but not as much as the cow. So the cow is the longest. The pig is about 15 meters. And the cow, you ready? Cow is about 40 meters. 40 meters. 40 meters intestine. It's amazing, right? And you know that in an adult, our small intestine is already, because we eat a bit of everything, right? So we are like the pig, but we're a bit smaller. Our stomach is like our tummy is smaller. So it's about, for an adult, it's about 6 meters long. It's still a lot. Imagine in your tummy, you have 6 meters of small intestine.
Yeah. Jadi sapi bisa sampai 40 meter, orang dewasa 6 meter, tapi bayangin punya sesuatu yang melingkar-lingkar atau melilit-lilit di dalam tubuh, panjangnya 6 meter, itu udah luar biasa.
Okay, so now I have a little test. Remember how I said that each element gets broken down into different parts. So in the mouth, it's the sugars already.
Yeah.
And why did I ask you to bring a piece of bread? Because you're going to do a test. Can we test our digestion? Because remember, breads are carbs. So in bread, you have some fibers, but you have sugar already. So if it gets broken down in the mouth, you can test it by taking a piece of bread and chewing. And actually, it's the saliva that has the small enzymes, so the small elements that will start breaking down. It's a bit like proteins, the carbohydrates, the chains as well, and they need to be cut down into the sugars and the fibers. And so let's do the test.
Yuk, disiapin roti tawarnya yang udah disiapin. Udah disiapin belum roti tawarnya? Buat Iwa ngambil ya. 1 minute. Oke. Semua udah disiapin, roti tawarnya sudah ada. Semua udah ada. Ada yang bilang aku alergi sama.
I got the bread.
Okay, you got the bread? Okay. Roller,
I got the bread. I got the bread.
It's still
good.
It's always good. But some of our friends, they're allergic. I'm actually allergic. I have an allergy to gluten. So I'm very sensitive to gluten, and I have a friend also here who doesn't prepare the bread because he has an allergy, and it's okay. Tante, you're still muted.
Yes, that's that's a pity. But you should have asked me before, because you could do it with rice as well, or with a potato, because they are carbs as well, and then so you will be able. So the test is to take a piece of bread and to start chewing, but you have to chew until you feel, let's see, whoever starts tasting sweet, they can put their hand up, because you need the saliva to mix well, because the saliva is what's going to break down. So see if you can feel a difference between when you start eating and after a while, when the saliva has mixed.
Kalau bisa semuanya sambil coba ngitung ya, berapa kali ngunyah baru terasa manisnya, oke? Semuanya kita coba mulai makan rotinya sambil coba hitung berapa kali ngunyah harus terasa sampai rasa manis. Yang udah terasa manis boleh tunjuk tangan.
So who can start? Taste that it gets sweeter with time. The longer you chew, the sweeter it gets. Yes, I see a lot of hands up.
Raise your hand. If you already feel the sweetness in your mouth, then raise your hand. That means your digestion is working well. Yeah.
You see, you have tested your own digestion. You realize digestion starts in the mouth already. So it's important to chew.
Vanilla says it. Okay.
Important to chew because chewing will do two things. It will help digestion in two ways. Chewing helps make saliva, which helps the digestion of the sugars, as we just tested. So that's number one. You help digestion by making saliva. Number two, when you chew, it signals the brain that you are eating. And so the brain will send a signal to your stomach to say, hey, we are eating. Start preparing yourself because food is coming and we need to digest. So chewing is very important for digestion because it will bring the saliva and it will tell the brain, that will tell the stomach.
Oke. Jadi hampir semuanya sudah tunjuk tangan. Sepertinya semuanya lah ya, seharusnya semuanya sistem pencernaan di mulutnya itu bagus. Jadi sebentar Bu Ati habis I took a picture of you guys chewing. Jadi kata Tante Geraldine, mengunyah itu adalah hal yang sangat penting. Yang pertama, dia merangsang produksi air liur. Nah, air liur kita ini lah yang mempunyai banyak enzim dan itu membantu kita untuk mencerna, memecah makanan kita. Yang kedua, sistem pencernaan kita ini sangat pintar. Begitu mulut kita mulai mengunyah, itu mengirimkan sinyal ke otak bahwa, kalian yang di bawah sana, usus, dan lain sebagainya, siap-siap ya, ini ada makanan yang mau lewat. Jadi kalian siap-siap untuk bekerja. Gitu.
Great.
Okay, Bu Atiwa, let me lower down all your hands first. Okay. You can continue while listening to Tante Geraldine. You can continue eating your bread. It's okay.
Okay, so now that we've talked about all these things, I won't say much because we still have, I think the colors of the different fruits and vegetables are more important and more fun than the food label, because otherwise we're going to be the whole day here or the whole evening for you. What do you think, Tante Riska? Should I? Yeah. I'll quickly go, but so remember how we said when you see a food label, now you know. It tells you about what's inside the food. So how much fat there is. See, we talked before, saturated and trans fats. These are the two bad ones. So you can see, for example, the example I have here, it doesn't have much of it. So that's okay. You know, it's still okay to eat. It says the carbs, how much fiber and how much sugar. The proteins, sometimes it tells you about the vitamins and the minerals that are inside as well. And it will tell you either in grams or in percentage how much it is of what you need in a day. So scientists have calculated how many calories and how much of protein, how much of each vitamin, how much of sugar we need in a day to survive, to live well. So here, you know, you can see it's per serving of this food. For example, this food has 230 calories if I eat one serving. For a kid like you need about 2,000 calories in a day. So, you know, you would have to nearly eat 10 of these to get the amount you need. But maybe it won't bring you, you know, the right amount of vitamins, or that's why it's good to be a diverse food. But that's how I think I won't stay too long, but if you have questions afterwards, we can maybe come back to the food label.
Ya, jadi kalian boleh tunjukin nggak? Kalian sudah pegang makanan makanan dalam kemasan kesukaan kalian mana? Coba lihat. Mana makanan kesukaan dalam kemasan? Oke. Nah, di sini Tante Geraldine coba kalian sekarang lihat di situ ada persen-persennya. Ya, ada yang kayak persen tanda pada persen-persennya. Persennya itu menunjukkan apa? Menunjukkan angka kecukupan gizinya itu dalam satu hari. Jadi kalau satu hari kita butuh 100%, misalnya kayak Bu Atiwa nih punya Pringles. Nah, di dalam Pringles ini, di dalam satu kemasan ini, dia mengandung yang paling tinggi itu lemak jenuh 19%. Artinya apa? Coba kalian lihat yang paling tinggi di tempat kalian apa. Kalau kalian makan itu terus, dan itu doang setiap hari, yang akan tercukupi iya, lemak jenuhnya mungkin nanti akan tercukupi, tapi kita juga butuh nutrisi yang lain, bukan cuma lemak aja. Kita butuh karbohidrat, kita butuh gula, kita butuh protein. Nah, proteinnya itu nggak akan tercukupi karena kayak kata Tante Geraldine, nggak ada satu makanan pun yang punya semuanya cukup di dalam satu makanan itu. Nah, kalian tinggal lihat nih, oh kalau saya makan ciki misalnya, saya nih yang banyak masuk ke badan ternyata lemaknya aja, proteinnya kurang. Berarti apa? Berarti proteinnya nanti harus dimakan dari sumber makanan yang lain ya. Jadi kalian bisa lihat angka persentasenya di sini. Akan ada yang kalau gitu aku makan ini 5 Bu Atiwa supaya aku bisa 70%. Iya, lemaknya 70%, tapi yang lainnya kalian nggak cukup kalau cuma dari makanan dalam kemasan ini aja. Gitu Tante. I think we can carry on.
Okay. There was something else I thought I wanted to say. Yeah. But so now you know more or less what everything means. And when you look at the label, you can see how much sugar there is inside and maybe how much of the bad fats. And so you can see, from that you can decide if it's a good or not a good food. Also, the list of ingredients is often in the order of how much there is. So the first ingredient that will be in the list is the one that has the most inside the food. So if sugar is the first ingredient, it's probably not a very good food for your body.
Yeah.
Because it will be made mostly out of sugar.
Ya, jadi intinya boleh aja makan sesekali, tapi dilihat dulu, oh ini kayaknya ini kebanyakan lemak aja nih kalau saya makan, atau kebanyakan gula aja nih yang saya makan. Jadi berarti harus diimbangi juga dengan makan makanan sehat yang lain.
Alright, now let's go on to the colors.
Ini udah mau menjelang
akhir-akhir
nih.
You should eat the rainbow, right? Always eat the rainbow. It's pretty, it makes you happy to eat your plate, and it has a lot of good things. So now we're going to go through each color of the rainbow, and so you can learn why that color is a good color.
And you need to prepare the food that you don't like for the time being. I said for the time being, nothing lasts forever. You may like it after this webinar. Yeah, so you just prepare the food that you don't like the most for the time being that your parents has prepared for you.
Okay.
Siapin makanan yang nggak disukainya ya.
So first color of the rainbow, red.
Red. Siapa yang makanan nggak disukainya warna
merah? Who has
merah?
a red colored food?
Siapa? Oke, buat Iwo lower hand dulu. Iya, silahkan raise hand yang makanan nggak disukainya berwarna merah. Oh, Aska, Rona, who else? Farisha. Boleh diangkat nggak, ditunjukin apa sih makanan yang nggak disukainya? Can you? Okay, tomatoes. Okay. Yes. Oh, tomatoes. Okay.
Well, the red.
Oh, so tomatoes.
Yes, a lot of tomatoes. Oh.
Okay.
The red foods are disease-fighting foods. Okay, they protect us against heart disease, against cancer, against stroke, against getting sick, against corona. So the red foods, they fight diseases. They're very good for that. So you can have strawberries, red apples, watermelon, tomatoes. I see a lot of people don't like tomatoes, but they're good.
Yeah.
But maybe often, it's the way you prepare them. So maybe you just need to find a way to prepare them that you like them.
Okay. Jadi intinya Tante Geraldine mau bilang nih, untuk teman-teman yang belum suka makanan yang berwarna merah nih, kayak tomat, stroberi, apel, dan lain rambutan, itu tuh makanan yang penting loh untuk menghindari sakit jantung, menghindari kanker, menghindari stroke. Nah, mau nggak coba yang jawab yang berwarna merah? Do you want to get your body protected from all this disease? Mau nggak terlindungi badannya?
Yes,
Mau.
I want to.
Yes, you want.
Yes.
Do you think
Of course I want.
Yeah, of course you want. So, do you think you want to try? At least to try.
Of course I wanted to.
Do you want to start trying the red foods? Maybe little by little, so you can get protected from the heart disease, the cancer, the strokes. Okay? Okay, now let's move on to
I
the next.
everything on the screen.
Oh, okay, you had everything.
Good.
Okay. Oh, sorry, Tanta, I just muted you. Just unmute yourself and let's continue to the next color.
Okay.
Siap, siap.
So what
I'll
comes
lower everybody's
after
head.
red?
Yeah, what's after
After
red?
red, orange.
Orange. Can anybody
Right.
who has orange color,
Who has orange?
who has the most hated fruit or veggies in orange color? I have. Mine is papaya.
Oh,
Oh,
but papaya is nice.
who else? Siapa lagi
But
yang
it's true,
makanan yang gak
you know.
disukainya warna orange? Coba diangkat dan raise hand. Masa
Do
buat
you have
lo
it with a
sendiri?
little bit of lime juice
Coba.
on top? The
Hmm,
papaya? Because the lime juice helps to give taste to the papaya. Because often
Yes.
it's a bit bland.
that's
So with a
correct.
little bit of lime juice.
Vanilla,
good.
vanilla boleh diangkat nggak? Nggak suka makan apa sih vanilla? Oke,
All right.
who's
So
with me? Oke.
orange foods, they are good for the eyes because they have a lot what they call beta carotene inside. It's a vitamin and vitamin A. It's very good for the eyesight. So also, but also not only the eyesight, also for your skin health, you know, for you're going to protect your skin against the sun, for a healthy heart again, and again for cancer. All fruits and vegetables are good against cancer because they have a lot of vitamins which help, and antioxidants, what we call them.
Oke, kalau mau mata
So yes,
bagus ya.
carrots, orange, sweet potato, mango, papaya or pumpkin, all the orange ones, they're very good for the eyes.
Oke. So I'm eating mine.
Good. Okay, what comes
color,
after
Tante?
orange? Yellow. All right. So the yellow foods are often very high in vitamin C. Who has a yellow food?
Who has yellow? Can you lift your food? Can you show to the camera? What's your food? Oh, banana.
Banana. But bananas are so nice.
Davino apa Davino? Oh,
Pineapple.
pineapple. Can Conita say she hates lemon? Kori apa kori itu?
Ah, but
Pineapple.
lemon. Yeah, lemon
Okay.
is very sour, right? It's very difficult. But a good way to have lemon is with as a tea, warm with cinnamon and some honey inside, because the sweetness of the honey will counteract the sourness of the lemon. But these are good in vitamin C. They have a lot of vitamin C, so they're immune boosting foods. They will help you fight the disease. So for you not to get the flu or to get COVID or to get ill, it's very important. And again, also for cancer prevention.
Nah, jadi yang kuning-kuning, yang sekarang masih belum mau makan makanan yang warna kuning, nah yuk kita mulai makan ya, karena ini bisa membantu daya tahan tubuh kita. Kakak Syabira, emang nggak suka makan apa? Coba lihat Bu Atiwa. Syabira, can you show your most hated food? Can you show the camera? Oh, okay.
She's eaten it already.
Oh, she's eating it. Okay, good job. Okay,
no,
next one.
no. Also, banana, I said, like it's a yellow food, but banana has a lot of magnesium, which is very good for your muscles. So if you like to play around and you like to, do sports, then bananas are very good for that. So it's important to eat them. And with bananas, you can make a lot of interesting, like nice little cookies. You can make healthy cookies or muffins or cakes. That's a good way of eating bananas.
Okay.
Or in a
Next color.
porridge. Okay, what comes after yellow? Green.
Oh, I think we have a group of people now.
Yeah.
Siapa yang makanan paling nggak disukanya warna
Often
hijau?
green is
Oke.
not the color that is
Bam,
liked.
bam, bam. Okay. Rona, Faras, Jetro, can you show your fruits to the camera? Only 3? Really? I think we have more. Okay, we have Rana, we have Sophie. Okay. Okay, we have Adele, we have Hamza. Okay, I think we have so many kids.
Yes.
Kinara pete.
Well, green is actually I think maybe the most important color. So it's important to start liking it or trying a little bit, little by little, or maybe to mix it with other. So often when you mix a little with another thing that you like, then the taste of the one you like takes over, but you can still eat a little bit of the one you don't like for what it brings to the body. Green is the food of life. Green bears life. It gives us all the good things we need for life. It keeps us healthy and strong. So often a lot of the green vegetables, they have a lot of calcium. So you can find calcium in dairy products, but also in vegetables like broccoli has a lot of calcium. It helps to have healthy tissues and muscles, and it helps you to heal faster when you cut yourself maybe, or also when you're sick.
Yeah.
So with green, we can have broccoli, cucumber, all the leafy greens like spinach and collards, lettuce, green peas, maybe green melon.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of them. So I'm sure you can find at least one green vegetable that you like.
Yeah.
There must be one.
Jadi yang belum suka makan makanan warna hijau, sekarang kita tahu warna hijau itu penting banget untuk kalsium. Jadi mulai mencoba yuk. Okay, next color, Tante.
All right. The next color is actually two together. It's the last two colors of the rainbow. It's blue and purple. We put them together because they're more or less the same.
Siapa yang nggak suka makanan berwarna ungu? Oh, okay, buah naga, dragon fruit. Abika,
yes.
Abika, what's your fruit? What's your food? Khaira, Juno. Okay.
I saw somebody with grapes before. Grapes go under blue and purple.
Okay.
Yes. So these are good for our brain. Blue and purple is brain food. Okay. So they help you have a strong and sharp brain, be able to concentrate well, be able to remember things well. It allows your blood to flow well through your body, which is important because blood, transports all the cells and the information. It transports the sugar throughout the body. And it also, again, it will keep you younger for longer. So it slows down the aging process. So you will have energy for longer in your life.
Okay,
in blue and purple, we have beetroot, we have blueberries, blackberries, grapes, eggplants.
Jadi ada banyak ya, Tante. Jadi yang belum mau makan makanan-makanan yang berwarna ungu atau biru, bisa mencoba. Dan nanti kalian akan merasakan sendiri. Nanti kalian akan punya ingatan yang lebih kuat, otak yang lebih cerdas. Jadi kita mau mulai mencoba makan sedikit demi sedikit, lama-lama menjadi bukit. Next color, Tante.
Okay. Well, we've gone through all the colors of the rainbow.
Yeah.
But there's actually one more color or non-color, I don't know how you want to call it. It's white. But white food is also important. White food is good for the heart. If you have a strong and healthy heart and a good cholesterol, so there we can think of onions, garlic, ginger, white mushrooms, maybe things like parsnip. So these are good for your heart.
Jamur, bawang-bawangan, jahe. Nah, itu juga bagus untuk kesehatan jantung kita nih. Jadi mulai mencoba. Poinnya adalah mulai mencoba. Kalau dulu if you have not tried before because you're scared, because it smells bad, because it looks scary. Sekarang kalian tahu bahwa kalau saya nggak makan yang warna putih itu nanti jantung saya jadinya kurang bagus. Kalau saya selama ini nggak makan makanan yang warna ungu tuh ternyata sebenarnya otak saya harusnya bisa lebih pintar. Kalau saya kemarin itu belum mau makan yang warna orange, harusnya badan aku tuh harusnya udah lebih kuat. Nah, jadi sekarang kalian sudah tahu, start eating because you need the nutrition. Ya kan, Tante? You start eating because it is good for your body. Kalau if you miss to eat it, then it's okay, but you miss also to get all the good stuff into your body. Jadi kalau kita nggak makan, nanti kita juga jadinya tubuhnya jadi nggak dapat apa yang harusnya didapat sama tubuh kita.
As you can see, it's very important to eat a little bit of everything because, you know, every different color, every different fruit will have, or food will have, you know, something important for a different part of our body.
Yeah.
But you don't have to eat them alone, right? So often when we don't like something is when we eat it alone and we taste it alone. So the best way is to mix it with other things that you like, and you put a bit more of the one you like, so you taste less the one you don't like.
Yeah.
And you mix it.
Makanya sedikit-sedikit katanya, boleh dicampur dengan yang paling kalian sukai, misalnya paling suka warna orange, paling nggak suka warna hijau, nah makanlah orange yang banyak, tapi tetap aja yang hijaunya sedikit, jadi kalian tetap dapat nutrisinya. Sedikit, just a little bit, but start eating.
Okay, so we're getting to the end. So this is, I think now we have, a healthy, balanced diet. All right, so here you can see, this is what you should have to have a healthy plate. Half of your plate should be vegetables and fruits, because remember, they have most of the vitamins and the minerals. They will help your energy be steady for longer. They will help you feel fuller for longer. They will help you feel full until the next meal. So they are very important. Then about quarter of your plate, you want it to be healthy proteins. Okay, so we saw fish, meat, eggs, but soy and tempeh are very good as well. Then quarter of your plate will be whole grains. So try and find, if you can, whole or semi-whole grains. But I know you mostly eat rice, but see, rice should be only quarter of your plate. And as long as you have a lot of vegetables with it, it's okay, because it will steady the intake of the sugar. Always have a lot of water. You know, we saw hydration is very important. You can have some dairy as well, but it's only small. And the healthy fats, right? Like avocado, remember the nuts, like the fish as well. Like sometimes the fat is not on top, you know, maybe it's part of the protein. Like Tante Riska said, you have one of the fish that is high in omega-3. And exactly, to stay healthy and balanced, you know, whatever you take in as energy, you need to use it as well. If you take in more energy than you use, that's when you're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. All right, so being active is very important as well for a healthy diet. Being active, you know, play around, run, do sports. It helps the digestion as well. It helps using up the energy. It helps staying, you know, concentrated. It helps for a lot of things. And as we said, try and avoid processed food. So processed food is everything that comes from the industry in a packaged food or fast food is usually not that good. You can have it sometimes for pleasure, but it's not what's going to give you to stay healthy.
Jadi isi sekarang piringnya dan nanti ada challenge-nya ya. Jadi di webinar ini nanti ada challenge-nya. Challenge-nya nanti akan ada hadiah, sertifikat, dan mungkin nanti juga akan ada hadiah buku. Nah, ini challenge-nya itu nanti terkait dengan gambar yang ada di sini. Oke, we have a challenge on healthy balanced diet. Jadi pada dasarnya isi piring kita itu dengan makanan-makanan yang sehat. Nasinya seperempat, banyakin sayur, habis itu makan buah, makan protein yang menyehatkan, banyak minum air, kemudian banyak bergerak, dan juga makan makanan yang tinggi dengan lemak yang baik, misalnya seperti alpukat tadi ya, dan juga kacang-kacangan. Nah, oke, Tante.
Okay, so then we get to the end. Before we talked about what food is, what the components are, how it gets digested, how we get, you know, all the good stuff from the food. But one thing that we often forget, and that is very important, is how do we eat it? Right? How do you eat a plate? Okay, so it's one thing important is to be mindful when you eat, okay? Not to do anything else, not to watch TV at the same time, to read a book at the same time. But you know what I like to do is take 5 deep breaths, smell the food, because when you smell it, you get excited to eat it. Think where your food comes from, all the work that has been done to bring the food to your plate, from the farmer to the driver to bring it to the shop, to your mom or your dad to cook it for you. Be thankful, right? And then, you know, when you do that, when you take those 5 deep breaths just to get ready to eat, you will calm down and you will start already creating saliva in your mouth, which will help with the digestion. Your body will get excited and will be happy. And when you're calm and happy to eat, your body is more available and more ready to absorb all the good nutrients, right? All the vitamin and all the minerals. Because if you're stressed and if you eat really, really fast, then your food will just go in and out and your digestion won't be ready. So you won't digest well. And so your body won't be able to absorb all it needs from your food.
Okay.
So take your time to eat. Don't do other stuff at this time. Be curious about food. Be curious about new vegetables, new fruits, new things that you don't know yet. Because the more diverse you eat, the better for your body. So you'll have a better absorption of nutrients, a better digestion, and a more happy you.
Yeah. Jadi yang paling penting kalau kata Tante Geraldine itu adalah pada saat kita makan itu kita merasa senang. Karena pada saat kita merasa senang itu juga produksi saliva kita itu juga akan optimal. Jadi kita pada saat kita makan tuh jangan buru-buru. Jangan mau makan, aku makan sekarang habis itu langsung lari. Enggak, kata Tante Geraldine, makan itu harus senang. Jadi kita lihat dulu makanan kita, berterima kasih kepada Tuhan, berterima kasih kepada orang tua. Bayangkan para petani yang mereka tuh loh yang capek nanemin singkong buat kita yang bisa makan. Ada pedagang yang bangun subuh-subuh untuk jualan sayur sehingga kita bisa makan. Kita bayangin mereka semua kerja keras mereka untuk kita, dan usahakan jangan sambil melakukan hal yang lain seperti membaca buku atau menonton TV. Jadi benar-benar fokus sama makanan kita. Bayangin mama kita yang semangat banget, pasti dia ini masakin untuk kita sehingga kita ini tahu bahwa apa yang kita makan itu memang makanan-makanan yang baik untuk tubuh kita. Kita memang butuh makan makanan itu karena makanan itu adalah akan menjadi sumber energinya kita, akan membuat pencernaan kita jadi lancar, nutrisi-nutrisinya akan membuat kita semakin pintar dan semakin sehat, dan kita akan jadi anak-anak yang kuat, gagah, dan juga gembira gitu. Jadi kalau makan sekarang coba kita mulai praktekin apa kata Tante Geraldine, be mindful. Jadi banyak mengingat, banyak bersyukur. Lihat makanannya, wow, aku makan tempe hari ini. Bayangkan bahwa tempe itu nggak ujuk-ujuk ada di meja. Tempe itu ada loh yang menanamnya. Somebody woke up like very, very early just to plant it, just to harvest it. And what is our duty? Our duty is only to eat it. So we have the least duty compared to anybody else. Jadi kita kerjanya itu udah sangat ringan, sehingga yuk kita mulai mencoba makanan-makanan kita dengan lebih senang, dan lebih bersyukur sehingga semua kandungan baiknya, all the nutrients semuanya akan terserap ke badan kita dan kita jadi anak yang sehat. Yap, Tante.
Okay, well, that was the last slide of the show.
Wow.
So thank you very much for your concentration. I think it was maybe a little bit long, but I hope it was interesting.
Yes.
And if there's questions, I'm still happy to stay around a bit for questions.
Yeah.
There's a lot to say about food, unfortunately. We could go on for hours and hours, but maybe we will do another session if you would like to.
Yeah.
Would people be interested in learning even more?
Kira-kira kalau kita bikin acara kegiatan simple cooking sama Tante Geraldine, mau nggak? Simple cooking.
I love cooking. I want to cook.
I want it.
Yes.
Yes, Tante, 1,000 yes for a cooking class. So everybody can have their own food, like quick food, instead of eating junk food, probably something quick that they can prepare it themselves and eat themselves. Okay, so let's say thanks to Tante Geraldine before I read the challenge for today's webinar. Kita makasih dulu yuk sama Tante Geraldine. Tante Geraldine, merci beaucoup. Terima kasih banyak. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Tante Geraldine. Thank you.
Tante, I hope you are happy. Tante, do you have anything to say for the children? Are you happy that you finally meet the kids?
Yes, thank you very much for your attention. It was very nice to meet you all finally, because we had to postpone, unfortunately, because I was sick. But luckily, I have my immunity boosters, my friends, the fruits and the vegetables.
Yeah.
I had a lot of them. But yes, it was very nice. I'm looking forward to meeting you again, maybe another time.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Tante Geraldine, for your time, for preparing all this. Ini slide-nya Tante Geraldine menurut Bu Atiwa slide yang nggak akan kita temukan di sekolah. Dia lucu, mudah dimengerti, membuat kita jadi sangat paham. And it took time to prepare all this, so I am very grateful to have you, and thank you so much. So let me tell you what are the challenges. Challenges berarti ada lebih dari satu, so we have more than one. So what are the challenges? Okay, I will unmute you so I know your response. Okay, so the first challenge would be, you will get this certificate. Okay, let me tell me if you already see my my screen. Okay, this one first. Udah kelihatan belum? Have you seen it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a certificate of bravery. Ini sertifikat keberanian yang Bu Atiwa akan berikan untuk kepada anak-anak yang berani. So who are the braves? Yang berani mencoba memakan makanan yang tidak mereka sukai saat ini, minta tolong mama bikin video, singkat aja videonya 3 detik atau 5 detik juga nggak apa-apa, untuk menunjukkan bahwa kalian mau mencoba loh, ya, kalian mau mencoba. Jadi minta tolong mama videoin kalian 5 detik, 10 detik, boleh pendek aja, menunjukkan bahwa kalian mau mencoba makanan yang tidak kalian sukai. Nanti kalian akan mendapatkan sertifikat ini. Ini adalah certificate of bravery. Sertifikat bahwa kalian adalah anak-anak yang berani. Sertifikat yang kedua, nanti Tante Geraldine akan ngasih foto balance diet tadi ya. Challenge-nya adalah mewarnai. Udah kelihatan belum? Sebentar.
Masih hitam.
Oke, sebentar. Challenge yang kedua adalah mewarnai. Sebentar, aku buka dulu ya. Challenge yang kedua ini juga mudah aja sih. Mudah aja. What is it? This one, I think. Oh, not this one. The other one. Oke, ini yang ini. Nah, yang kedua adalah sertifikatnya, ini adalah certificate.
Belum share screen.
Ya, ini baru mau dipencet. Baru mau dipencet. Oke.
Ada.
Nah, ini adalah Certificate of Appreciation. Kapan Bu Atiwa kasihnya? Nanti Bu Atiwa akan ngasih kepada kalian itu sebuah lembar untuk kalian warnai. Kalau misalnya kalian Bu Atiwa, aku nggak ada printer, nggak bisa ngewarnainnya, nggak bisa ngeprint, it's okay. Kalian boleh gambar ulang dengan gambar kalian sendiri yang diwarnai, dan itu aja. Udah, challenge-nya itu aja. Kalau bisa Bu Atiwa akan appreciate kalau misalnya kalian bisa tulis di situ sedikit di lembar kertas kalian itu ya, sebelum kalian difoto sama mama dan di tag ke BVT, tulis di situ apa sih yang kalian suka dari apa yang udah Tante Geraldine ajarin hari ini. Just a short stuff. Sesuatu yang pendek aja, kalimat yang singkat. Aku senang karena Tante Geraldine bikin aku jadi mau mencoba. Atau misalnya aku senang karena Tante Geraldine menyampaikannya dengan mudah, jadi aku gampang ngertinya. Oke, jadi ada 2 certificates untuk kalian. Rana bisa dapat 3 karena Rana menolong Bu Atiwa. Jadi Rana akan dapat 1 sertifikat lagi, sertifikat penghargaan karena Rana udah volunteer untuk menjadi asistennya Bu Atiwa hari ini, dan teman-teman yang lain juga bisa menjadi seperti Rana untuk kegiatan berikutnya. So I have 2 challenges yang mana nanti I will share all the details to your parents. Akan Bu Atiwa share kepada orang tua. I'm looking at Kanita. Kanita is really, she's eating her most disliked food right away. So to win the challenge, okay? Jadi semuanya ini nanti akan Bu Atiwa rangkumkan dan kirimkan ke orang tua. Nggak mesti sekarang. We have 2 days to submit the challenges. 2 hari waktunya. Itu agak lama. Hari Selasa, masih hari Selasa. Okay? So, Tante Geraldine, we are so pleased to have you around. Thank you for your time, your dedication to prepare everything for all of us, to educate all of us. We sincerely thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for being so many of you here.
Yeah. And I hope this won't be the last, and we will be waiting for your cooking class. I think it will be very, very fun.
All right.
All right. So, Rana, let me mute everybody. Okay, let me mute first. Where is Rana? Rana. Let me spotlight Rana. So, Rana, thank you so much for today. You can go ahead and close today's event. Rana, we can't hear you. Nggak kedengeran, sayang.
Thank you, Tante Geraldine, for sharing with us. It is very great information and knowledge for us. And thank you, friends, for joining today's webinar. And see you on the next event. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Selamat sore.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you. So I will count to 3 and we all will leave.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Thank you, Tante Geraldine.
you're welcome. So I will count to 3. I will count to 3 and we all will leave this meeting room together. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye, everyone.